Hi YouTube, I'm finally getting my act together and doing a group review of sunscreens. So these are all the sunscreens I've used. I think I've used all of these this year for sure, but some of these have been bought last year and some of them are from this year. And I'm going to be talking about my experience of using these sunscreens and whether or not I recommend this for other people of color and for various different purposes. Sometimes you use it for indoors, sometimes you use it under makeup, sometimes you use it when you're out and about in the pool, sometimes you use it when you're doing, like activities like hiking, or you're in the water outdoors like at the beach. So there's various different things that you can use sunscreens for. I'm gonna start in a random order. I have been loving and using the Bioderma Photoderm SPF 50 plus spray. I am nearly done. I think that's all I have left. And I got this a couple years ago, but it wasn't until last year that I started to use this, or maybe the year before that when I got it. I love this sunscreen. This is a very affordable sunscreen and get 400 mils in this. It is water resistant. I couldn't get a lot out just because it is nearly done. So it does have a white cast. The reason why I love it, despite the fact that it has a white cast, is because sometimes when you use sunscreen and you apply topically, you want to be able to see where you applied to really know that you've been thorough. And other times you want to be thorough but also make sure you don't have a white cast. So I like to use this because it's water resistant. I use this when I go to the pool or when I'm just going out on my bike ride and I don't care so much about white cast. It's a very reliable sunscreen, and it does not, in my experience of using this, I've not gotten any tanning effect or any kind of sunburn situation, and I really love this sunscreen. Very affordable too. And the white cast over time is not super noticeable, but it does transfer. So say for example, you have it on your arms, you sit in your car, or you sit on a brown or black leather, or some kind of dark clothing, it will transfer. That's one thing that I don't like, and it's fragrance free, very safe and friendly for people with sensitive skin. Really love this. Next, in a random order, this is the ISDIN Photo Protect Hydro Lotion SPF 50. All the sunscreens I have here today are all UVA and UVB sunscreens, so they're broad spectrum. This has 2 layers, which I really like because this sunscreen does such a great job of not creating any kind of white cast, but also giving you very thorough skin protection. Like I used this on a day I went to Ann Arbor for tubing at Argo Park, and I sprayed this multiple times on my face, on my body. I had no redness, no sun-related inflammation, and I think this is one of the most unique formulas in that it is a spray format, but it has both UVA and UVB protection without leaving any white cast. It does give you glowy, like shiny finish. If you're not into that, maybe this isn't the best bet, but for me, in the moment when I'm in the sun and I care about sun protection, I just want to make sure that I have sun protection, and I don't care so much about the look if it's greasy. This has an antioxidant that enhances the sun protection, so I really like it. You're supposed to use it after you shake it. This has a fragrance, but it smells so good and it doesn't linger, and it's so lightweight. I applied this on myself and like other friends that I was with, and you see that? Has like no white cast. It's really lightweight, super lightweight. This is a definite repurchase for me. Absolutely love this. Next, I have the Eucerin SPF 100 sunscreen. This is also broad spectrum sunscreen. This has all chemical filters, My issue with this sunscreen is that it is prone to pilling, and I don't know why. Like, it just kind of, in my experience of having this for a couple years now, I think I'm nearly done. Maybe I only have like a tiny bit left. See, that's all I have left, and it doesn't leave any noticeable white cast, but I use like a large quantity of sunscreen for my face and neck, and every time I use this, it pills. I have no clue. And this is for people who have very sensitive skin, who get like tiny bumpy skin when their skin is exposed to the sun, those with sun allergy. And this, like the other Eucerin allergy sunscreen, this is SPF 50, this is SPF 100, has I think this has alpha glucosyl rutin, so both of these have that antioxidant that really helps the skin give the added protection from sun damage. But this one has no white cast, doesn't have any peeling issue, but this one does. The UV filters are spectacular, but this one is heavier. Like, it feels heavy on the skin. This one feels lightweight, but the peeling and like when I use it under makeup is just such a nightmare. I'm like disappointed. I just can't imagine being able to use this. So I'm not going to be repurchasing this one. This one is amazing. I've had this for a long time. My issue with this sunscreen is that it is just it feels heavy on the skin. It does give your skin a slight, there's no white cast. This gives your skin a slight heavy feel. Like, it doesn't look super greasy or shiny or oily, but it feels heavy on the skin, if that makes sense. And I don't know why, I just not into that. But in so many ways, this is a spectacular sunscreen if you care about hyperpigmentation, persistent hyperpigmentation, if you care about protecting your skin and you have rosacea or any kind of skin sensitivity and you need that extra protection. This is a fantastic sunscreen. Highly recommend. No fragrance. This one also doesn't have any fragrance in it. Next, which one do I, since I'm talking about Eucerin, I'm gonna keep going with the Eucerin brand. This is their Pigment Control Sun Protection Fluid. I got this on Care to Beauty last year, and I bought like 6 of these because I use them, I give them to my parents, and they love it because it's so lightweight. The texture is very similar to this one, but so much more lightweight, and I'll do an application on my neck. It does not leave any, ooh, my voice is changing, yeah. So it does not leave any white cast. It does not feel sticky or greasy. Again, UVB and UVA protected. This has thiamidol, which is great for those struggling with hyperpigmentation. It is a safe ingredient. It's not super strong, and the formulation will not break you out in any way. If you struggle with pigmentation, I think this might be a good product to consider. In my personal experience, I've not noticed any improvement in hyperpigmentation with regular usage of this product, and I've been using it for several years. I've repurchased it several times, and I do really love this sunscreen because it looks so elegant. I can use makeup on top. This one has fragrance. So their thiamidol products have fragrance, but it like gives you a strong sun protection. I've never had any kind of skin irritation with this, but in terms of improvement in hyperpigmentation, I've not noticed it. I would think that thiamidol works more as an antioxidant than as a deep pigmenting agent in this formula, but I don't know. I was hoping a little bit more, but I won't repurchase this. Like, I would repurchase it if I want to use this for travel purposes because it's only 50 mils and it's very easy to travel with. But This is the best Eucerin. This is my last year's favorite sunscreen because this is a 400 milliliter product. You get it in a tube, you can squeeze it. I buy multiples of this. Every member in my family has one of these. It's water resistant. It's a gel cream texture. I put this as the first thing that I put on top of my skin. All the Eucerin sunscreens have very similar texture. This one is the lightest one that I've tried. I believe they have another lightweight one. Maybe I can put this here. It is great for the face. It's great for the eye area. It does not sting the eyes. I've not experienced any stinging with any of the Eucerin sunscreens. No white cast. This is fragrance free. It is the most affordable sunscreen that they have. I love this sunscreen. It's still my favorite. It's still something I really like. It doesn't say if it's water resistant, which I think is like super like weird, but it has like no greasy finish. It has like broad spectrum UVA and UVB protection. It's just, I can't like think of a single bad thing. This is affordable. You can use this for your face and your body. I don't know. It's just perfect. You know, I'm really, really happy with this sunscreen. It is my go-to favorite sunscreen and it's affordable. So it's great. Now to something that I bought like 2 of these and I went through one and then I struggled to get started on this sunscreen, even though, you know, it's been really hot and sunny in Southern Ontario. So this is the Roche Posay Children's Anthelios sunscreen. That is a lotion. This has Mexeril formulations with their sunscreen filters, and you get 150 mils. This is expensive than other sunscreens, and it's very greasy and heavy. This has a white cast, but the thing that I appreciate is sometimes you are sometimes you're mowing the lawn, you are outdoors doing stuff in your garage or in your backyard, you're hanging out, and if you care in that moment for that event, if you care more about your sun protection than about the white cast, this is the one for you. If you're going to the beach, this is the one, because it's so easy to burn at the beach because you're having fun and it's hard to reapply even if you really try. But this is the kind of sunscreen that leaves a white cast. I mean, you can't really see a white cast right now, but when I apply it on my face, 100% you can see the white cast. This is a mixture of UV filters as well as inorganic filter, which is their titanium dioxide. I think that this is one of the best water resistant sunscreens that I've seen. Not only can you tell where you've applied, but even after going into the beach, you're sitting on the sand, it does not rub off, and it's very diligent in doing its job. It is very greasy and heavy, has no fragrance, it's pretty thick, and I don't know, it's like you can use it at different times, and I honestly don't know how many kids would want to use a sunscreen like this. As an adult, I'm much more tolerant to heavier sunscreen formulations. I would not repurchase this, but like in certain situations, I think I would prefer this, like at the beach, you know, but I still won't repurchase it only because it's like pretty expensive. Oh, SVR. So I got this also from Care to Beauty. This is not fragrance free, and so this is their cream version. There is a milk version, and the milk version is my favorite. They both have the same fragrance. They're wide spectrum, broad spectrum UVA, UVB filters, purely chemical filters, and they leave no white cast. That one is really lightweight. Like when you put it on, you can't even tell if you've had sunscreen on your face, if you've applied it. This smells, the fragrance of all the fragranced sunscreens I've tried, this one is by far my favorite. It smells so good. The fragrance doesn't linger. It is water resistant, it is safe for the corals. I love this sunscreen. I'm hoping to get their spray sunscreen. So they have a milky spray sunscreen, which I think is going to be my, like, it's my way of trying out more versions of this, except this one is unique with the their that antioxidant protection. I love this so much. I think that if you are looking for a reapplication that is, this one's a touch like shiny, but their other milky one leaves no, like, it looks near matte, like near matte. It's more like a satin finish, but I am very happy with the like finish that it gives me. This, on the other hand, it's, because it's a cream, it's a touch like, I can apply it on top of my makeup. A lot of these sunscreens can be applied on top of makeup. I should have left this cheek for a different sunscreen, but that's okay. So this one's definitely heavier. But in terms of performance, like, it does not pill. Both the SVR sunscreens that I've tried don't pill. This one applies really well under makeup, as you saw, over makeup as well, leaves no white cast. It does have fragrance, it's broad spectrum, safe for the corals. I will definitely be repurchasing SVR sunscreens. Unfortunately, they're not available in Canada. They do have other products in Canada now, but their sunscreens are not available. But I love this sunscreen. Next, oh, I forgot one Eucerin sunscreen that I haven't talked about so far. So this is their Sensitive Protect Sun Fluid, and I've reviewed this sunscreen on my channel before. It's nearly done as far as, yeah, this one's done. So this one actually has a very noticeable white cast. This is supposed to give a matte finish, no fragrance, but if you are retinizing, if you're suffering from dry skin, any kind of flaky skin, it sticks to your dry patches and it leaves a white cast. But there were some times when I wasn't experiencing peeling, and on like normal skin, if you have dry skin, this might not be the best one for you. But if you have oily skin, and I don't have oily skin, if you have oily skin, this is a great product. You can apply this all over. It does give a matte finish. It sits really well under makeup. It, I believe, has like one extra sunscreen filter over the other ones, I think. Like, this one doesn't have titanium, and this one doesn't have titanium, neither does this one and this one. But this one, in addition to the other filters, also has titanium dioxide. So it does have the broad spectrum, sorry, it does have the white cast and no fragrance, and it's affordable as well. All Eucerin sunscreens are generally affordable, but yeah, not great for dry skin. Next, this is one of my favorite sunscreens. This is the Roche Posay and Anthelios UV Immune SPF 50+ sunscreen. This is the 400. This has a new added long range UVA sunscreen filter. I've tried their tinted sunscreen that is also like a chemical sunscreen but has tint to it, which I think is such a unique formulation, because the tint for La Roche Posay is like a perfect match for my skin. It does not leave any white cast. It does not make me look too tan. This is their non-tinted version. In my next review, in my next sunscreen video, I will review that. I just forgot to bring it over here. I love this sunscreen. I have used, I think this is my third bottle for this year. I use it pretty conservatively only because it's expensive. Also got this from Care to Beauty. Care to Beauty has become increasingly expensive, so I'm looking for other like suppliers and distributors that are more affordable, and I will share that with you. I really love this formulation. It looks a touch like it looks like their typical sunscreen formulation, which is slightly yellow and super runny, but it is, whenever I use this, I have the nicest finish on my skin. It does give you a glow, a shine, but it leaves no white cast. It does not pill. You can keep reapplying the sunscreen on itself. It sits well under makeup. It sits well over makeup. This one has no fragrance. My only issue is that this is like such a great formula. They should make a larger bottle and make it more affordable, just because this has such fantastic filters. I've not experienced any worsening of hyperpigmentation, sunburn, irritation. It does irritate around the eyes. That reminds me, this irritates around the eyes. This one irritates around the eyes. Because it's a spray, it's like hard to control exactly where you spray it when you're spraying it on your face. So yeah, this one definitely stings around the eyes. This one does not sting around the eyes. I love the sunscreen. This is water resistant. This is definitely one of my favorite go-to face sunscreens. I continue to get this one, and I get the tinted one, because sometimes I like to use this and then apply like regular makeup. Other times I just apply the tinted one. Tinted one does not do well layering, and when you keep reapplying, I feel like I've noticed some pilling. I love the tinted one. On my days that I don't wear any makeup or I'm not doing anything extra, I love to use the tinted one instead of this. This one is great for layering under the makeup. Like if you want a solid sunscreen protection, this is the one I go to.